All right, here we are. Going to just reset my bag. Probably going to go QB, but we'll just have to see how things play out. I do expect to get a tailwind here. They're usually relatively consistent with being fair. So I would imagine that, they'll want to make sure that players can get to the green, even if they have weak clubs. So a couple different ways that we can do this hole. Another thing that you can do is you can actually, with tailwinds like this, you can land up here with some curl as well. I'm half tempted to actually do that. But I only have a POC 4. Much better with an POC 5 or a POC 6 to do that shot. So I'll save that for the revision. But that's how I'll play it the second time. So if you are looking forward to seeing that shot, I will do it with a POC 6 next time. Similarly, you can do it with a Thor's Hammer anything. Thor's 2, Thor 3. I could technically do it this time if you guys wanted. But, I do kind of want to do a shot of each. So this time we'll just focus on this one. And you can see with what I'm doing with my topspin, don't need to really get too extreme with it, because keeping it short actually has its advantages. So here's what you're going to see, about 10 rings, maybe with some curl. And that's relatively perfect. So the shorter you keep it, the better. As you can see, we create this nice line where we're outside of the trees. Looks like my opponent also kept it just short enough, which they're okay as well. The only thing that I am is a little bit farther back, which is going to put me, more towards the max line, but it's okay. I like to play this with, ideally I like to play it very similar to the way my opponent is, right around no spin, but I'm comfortable up to about, 1 or 2 top spin if need be. But I do like to play it kind of very similarly to what you see my opponent being able to do this. So as long as I can drive it far enough to get up here, that's all I need. And it's typically right around 3 or 4 top spin is all you need. It looks like I may just be a tiny bit short of where I like to get to. But I do know how to do it with just a little bit more top spin as well, if necessary. So I'm thinking right around 1.5. And it does require, it looks like about 5 rings of power to get up to where I am. With 5 rings of power, I'm not going to actually use 5 rings of power. I'm just going to kind of aim over here and just use the max line. So I'm going to try to land somewhere up in here and just try to get this wind effect. It looks like right around here. Seems about good. We're just playing kind of our rings over sideways and just trying to predict the land zone. And as long as it lands right around that fringe, it should be pretty good. Let's see how it rolls in, just offline. So that's the hardest part, is I only drove it about 6 yards too short, somewhere in there. So I only needed it just a little bit farther. So not too bad. And it's something, that I can, work towards. I also didn't get the best rollout off the tee there. So a little bit unlucky on my rollout. But, something that we can make sure to just get it up there just a tiny bit farther moving forward. So good luck with that hole, and I'll see you guys on 6.